الله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه وبعد. We continue inshallah with the commentary on صحيح الإمام مسلم بن الحجاج القشيري رحمه الله, and we are in يعني كتاب الفتن وأشراط الساعة, commotions or turbulence and the signs of the day of judgment, and we are with bab number 8, the bab or subsection number 8. باب أو باب لا تقوم الساعة حتى يحصر الفرات عن جبل من ذهب. لا تقوم الساعة حتى يحصر الفرات عن جبل من ذهب, يعني the day of judgment will not happen except when the Euphrates, the river, يعني the Nile river, Euphrates, will reveal a mountain of gold. طبعا the word mountain of gold يعني it's a pile of gold or gold mine or whatever you call it, يعني جبل من ذهب. It will be seen, it will be clear, it will be known that it is gold, and the Euphrates, the water of the Euphrates will become shallow, will dry out, something like that will happen, and it will be a sign of the day of judgment. طبعا as we see لا تقوم الساعة حتى, يعني the day of judgment will not happen until. It does not indicate that it's the closeness from the day of judgment. It is closer, يعني every day is closer to the day of judgment, so it's a relative thing. Every day is closer, we know that. But nobody can know that, okay, once the Euphrates comes, there are 20 more years or 30 more years. Nobody knows that. So closeness here, as we were saying before the session, is something relative. And in Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, بعثت والساعة كهاتين. Me and the day of judgment sent like those two. That's relative, you know, how close is two. And the two fingers very close to each other. Well, that can be 2,000 years close. You know, compared to the life of this universe, is nothing. It is like, it's a blink of an eye. Yani our existence in this world, 80 years or 100 years, is basically nothing compared to the life from Adam till the day of judgment is nothing. And when you compare the life of a human being from Adam alayhi salam to the day of judgment is nothing compared to the life of this universe. And if you compare the life of this universe to the eternity that is going to take place, is also nothing. So basically it is, and if you compare all of that, all of this, to the concept that there is no time, it's also what? Like, you know, you cannot even imagine it. Yani. So basically it is, yani the day of judgment will not happen until this thing happens. That thing happens, we don't know, hundreds of years, decades, days, months, millennium, Allahu a'lam. طيب, ده حديث حدثنا قتيبة بن سعيد حدثنا يعقوب يعني ابن عبد الرحمن القاري عن سهيل عن أبيه عن أبي هريرة أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال لا تقوم الساعة حتى يحسر الفرات عن جبل من ذهب يقتتل الناس عليه فيقتل من كل 199 ويقول كل رجل منهم لعلي أكون أنا الذي أنجو. Prophet ﷺ said in this hadith, he's saying that the day of judgment will not take place. لا تقوم الساعة. الساعة يعني the hour, day of judgment. The word تقوم from قيام, لقيام الصلاة, إقامة الصلاة, قد قامت الصلاة. تقوم الساعة يعني it will happen, it will take place, it will start. قيام means standing up, right? So the resemblance here is يعني the status quo is everybody sitting, but when you stand up, this is the difference. So when you say تقوم الساعة, قيام الصلاة يعني تقام الصلاة, etc., that means it starts. حتى يحسر الفرات. يحسر الحسر, it is also moving the cover. يعني يحسر عن رأسه هذا حسر. Right? أو يعني you move it like back like this. هذا حسر يعني reveal the head. فحسرت المرأة الحجاب يعني the woman removed the hijab, showed her hair. that is the حسر. حسرة يعني again regret. That means you revealed also the reality that makes you feel what you lost, right? So فالحسر يعني حسر الفرات. The Euphrates, the water is going to move away like somebody is moving their clothes off their head. طيب يحسر عن يعني حسر عن رأسه يعني he moved the cover from his head. Here the Euphrates will remove its water to show the mountain of gold. Is that clear? The picture يعني the allegory here. يحسر الفرات عن جبل من ذهب. جبل من ذهب. Mountain of gold. يقتتل الناس عليه. يعني it's not like people at that time will have a very strong religion and said, oh subhanallah, هذه sign, let's dig, let's get the gold and mine it, and the Muslim ummah يعني will benefit from it. لا, يقتتل الناس عليه. They will kill each other, will fight. يقتتل قتال يعني there is war, there is a fight, there is blood, there is murder, killing. What is the proof? النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم said فيقتل من كل 109. From every 100, 99 will die. Can you imagine the number of people? And the Prophet did not say who is the one fighting. Who's the one fighting? So there will be a war. It can be a civil war, it can be an international war, it can be, I don't know, Allahu A'lam. But there will be a war for that gold. Gold here, I don't know, oil or gold means gold. يعني yellow gold or treasure. But he said ذهب. يعني ذهب here, it is intentionally, that's gold. And it is something big, not small. جبل يعني when you say جبل أحد, جبل. And when you say Uhud, mountain of Uhud, Jabal, whoever went to Umrah or Hajj, mountain of Uhud is not like a small, tiny mountain, pyramid-like يعني. لا, the mountain is a huge thing. فتقول جبل يعني من ذهب. It can be a huge mountain or a mountain bigger than any other mountain that we saw. Or a mountain small as the smallest mountain in this world, or as big the biggest mountain in this world, or bigger than the mountain, but it is a mountain يعني at the end of the day. It is something huge, something big. And it has to be relative also to the Euphrates itself. فيقتتل الناس. Every 199 will die. Each one of the 99 who die, he says, I may be the one who win. And take. So that means each one of them want to take the mountain to himself. And we said from كل 100, يعني from every 100, we do not know how many hundreds there. That means it's a large massacre, يعني a big fight that it will take place. All right? لعلي أنا الذي أنجو. So Abu Huraira رضي الله عنه, he narrated this hadith. Now we know حسرة يعني the woman who have niqab removed the niqab. هذا حسرة. The man he has the turban, he removed the turban. هذا حسرة. والإنسان الحاسر also is the one who does not have a weapon in the war. They call him حاسر. حاسر يعني does not have a weapon, means مكشوف يعني exposed. فيعني that there will be a mountain of gold. There is another narration, but it's weaker, that كنز من ذهب. كنز يعني treasure. So that's why I said mountain means treasure, because there is a narration says that. والنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم actually in another narration في رواية ابن ماجه عن ثوبان قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقتتل عند كنزكم ثلاثة كلهم ابن خليفة. Now he's saying that those hundreds of people, they are under 3 different Muslim groups. So now each one of them is the son of a Khalifa. يعني there will be 3 Arab يعني groups fighting. There are 3 of them and each one have hundreds of people under. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that none of them will have it. None of the 3 will have it. Then he said that the black flags or black banners will be coming from the east. And they will kill all of these people that in a way that nobody was killed before. So he said that when you see that leader there, so follow him because he's al-Mahdi. And even if you are coming crawling on the snow or on the ice, you come and give him bay'ah. Give him the bay'ah. So that shows that this will happen after the Mahdi. In here, it shows that it will happen after the Mahdi because it says that the fight will happen for the gold, but al-Mahdi will come with his army to defeat these people who are fighting on the gold. So that means it will become for the Ummah, for the Muslim Ummah. And people have to give him bay'ah. والمشرق from the east of that area, Euphrates, Sham, and the east is Medina. يعني Mecca in the south, Medina in the north, right? And west of Medina is Sham, right? So the east of Sham is Medina. The east of Sham is Medina, مشرق, right? يعني east is depending what you mean by that. فالنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, he said that Mahdi and his army will come from the مشرق with black banners and flag and will defeat all these 3 leaders who are sons of Khalifas and their armies. So the Nabi صلى الله عليه وسلم said, when you see that person coming, give him bay'ah. فإنه خليفة الله المهدي. And it is before Isa alayhi salam, for sure, before the fire that comes at the end to move people to the mahshar. There will be the fire is the last thing, the fire that will come and move the people to the mahshar. That is this hadith here. ويعني we know that the Euphrates goes through the Iraq and the outskirts of Sham and goes to the Iraq and it meets with the Dijla river and they become one river and it goes toward the Persian Gulf. The word Furat, that means it is the fresh sweet water. That's the word Furat means. That's this hadith. This hadith is muttafaq alayhi. Hadith Abu Huraira in this about Euphrates and the mountain of gold is also in Sahih al-Bukhari. Mentioned here in Sahih Muslim in more than one place and in Sahih al-Bukhari. Mentioned also in Sunan Abi Dawood, Tirmidhi, Ibn Majah, ومصنف عبد الرزاق, ومسند أحمد, وصحيح ابن حبان, والبغوي في شرح السنة. So all those mention this hadith. وقال أيضا الإمام مسلم in this narration حدثني أمية بن بسطام حدثنا يزيد بن زريع حدثنا روح عن سهيل with the same isnad. But there is one extra piece that Suhail said, Abi, his father, يعني, who was a student for Abu Huraira, said, فَإِذَا رَأَيْتَهُ فَلَا تَقْرَبَنَّهُ. When you see that treasure or that mountain, don't come close to it. And the fitna in it is that those who are fighting in it, they are not good people, and they will all be killed. So don't come close to that fight. And this is also something we benefit from that hadith. Yeah, there is one issue I wanted to mention here. Like some people look at the Ashrat al-Sa'a or the signs of the Day of Judgment, that you necessarily have to do something, or it is necessarily bad. This is not the case. Yani, not necessarily something that you will be doing, so something that you cannot interfere in it. Yani when Dajjal comes, what are you going to do? You are not going to prevent him, or you just stick to your iman. But in this case here, it says don't come close to it, and don't be part of that. It says, for example, that the Day of Judgment will not come except a room, or the Christians would be majority of the people. What are you going to do about that? It's not necessarily good or bad. Yani even if they are the majority of the people, but the ruling of the earth is to Muslims. You see? So this is kind of like, and some people, they become passive, like saying, oh, I'm waiting for the Mahdi to come. And the Mahdi, when he comes by himself, or there is an army with him? Think about that. What's your role in that time? How you prepare yourself for that time? How you prepare your children or grandchildren for that time? That's what you need to think. It's not like, I'm going to be like sleeping there. Those are the people that Mahdi will come to fight. It's not like he's going to come to solve your problem. Yani, that, you're waiting for a savior. That is the passive faith. Yeah, when you believe that you can do whatever you want and you're waiting for a savior, that means this is very boring. Yani, as a cause for our existence here. That doesn't work like that. Like, it's like a people who said, we need a good imam. Like, the people in the community, and he said, we have a masjid, sheikh, but we need a good imam. Yani, what do you mean? You have bad imams all the time? What's a good imam? Yani, what is that imam going to do? He is to lead us and make us good Muslims. How? Yani, that imam comes with the shoot, comes with the parachute, like, on you, and then you become all good Muslims suddenly. Yani, the next morning, he leads Salat al-Fajr and everybody is muttaqeen. Yani. It doesn't work like that. Or a company, and they said, we just we cannot do anything until we have a leader. But whom he's going to lead? Like, whom he's going to lead? Yani, you have the power, you have the aptitude, you have the capacity, but you just need a leader with a vision to utilize what exists. Yani, there has to be things that you have the ingredients of success. You just need a chef. But you have all the ingredients. You do not bring a chef to the kitchen and you do not have any ingredient and you expect that he's going to cook a good meal. Right? So, or you have all the ingredients, but you don't have the chef. So the ummah does not have the chef, neither the ingredients. But they are, instead of working on the ingredients, they want the chef. I hope it's clear. Yani. But that's Ashrat al-Sa'a, it's not for that. Ashrat al-Sa'a is for you to know the qudra of Allah, for you to know a glimpse in the future. That's the Prophet ﷺ gave us. So our iman becomes strong when you see the things. Sadaqa Rasulullah ﷺ. And the main thing is to prepare yourself the way you should be as a believer. And then you will interact with that. But as a universal incident, you don't have much to do to change it. Mahdi is going to come, nobody's going to change that. Isa alayhi salam will come, nobody's going to change that. Dajjal is come before that, and nobody's going to change that. Sun will come from the west, and nobody will change that. But who are you at that time? That is what is needed. And that's why we're studying that. And that's why the Imams put that. And that's why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that. Said, when you see him, give him bay'ah. See, now that's an instruction. But he's not telling you everything, but to give him bay'ah, yani to be able to identify al-Mahdi and give him bay'ah. What kind of person are you at that time? To be able to identify him and give him bay'ah. You don't want to be from the people to oppose him, because there will be some Muslims opposing him. There will be some people who do not like it. Okay? There are people, I am sure that at that time some people will call him terrorist. I'm 100% sure that at his time some people will call him terrorist. Some people will join the armies that it is trying to fight him. Oh, he's Daesh, he's ISIS, he's whatever. This is going to happen. So which side you going to be? Which side your children going to be? Which side your grandchildren going to be? If you say, no, I am, alhamdulillah, if I see Mahdi, I know Mahdi because I'm studying and I know that. But how about the next generation? How about all those around you? Are they well prepared for that? That is the purpose of studying all of this. Right? I'm not going... Naam.
Can I ask you a question about the three kings?
Yes.
Do they ever say that the Khalifa that these sons were King Hussein, Sharif of Mecca?
Maybe. Maybe.
Faisal.
You are right. You are right. They may be. Well, that's why I'm saying delving into those, Sheikh Salah, is not the necessary part, right? Even if you identify, so what is the benefit of that? Khalifa here can be the children of Umayyads or Abbasids or that can be that as that far. Or Khalifa, that means there were three Khalifas at that time fighting. Each one of them claiming that he's the Khalifa of the Muslims, right? But they are in the Middle East. Can be. That means there are three different sections, or three countries, as you may say. Some of the Iraq, some of Sham, some of Iran. That can be what it means. Khalifa means leader here. Or Khalifa means someone who has the bay'ah from the Muslims, from his section. واحد في سوريا والشام, واحد في العراق, in that area of the Euphrates. There was three imarat, or three states. And he says كلهم ابن خليفة. This division was there for a while, because the leaders now, they are more of children, right? They're children. Maybe all three of them are brothers. We do not know. Also, maybe all three كلهم ابن خليفة, all of them are the child of the same Khalifa. Who knows? Yes, it is possible. I'm not... Go ahead.
No, I was just thinking that if the ulama have said this phase is over, now you're just waiting for the black flags.
So what do you mean this phase is over?
This part of the hadith in which each one of them is the son of a caliph, and they'll fight, but none of them will get it. Where
is the gold? Where is the gold?
The goal is knowing that now it's you don't keep an eye out for the three sons of the caliph.
Yes.
And you just look for see if there are black banners.
Right. Yeah, but before the black banners, we have to see that the fight happening between the three people first. But it didn't happen because there is no gold. Euphrates is not shallow yet. It is like the lake of Tabariya is not shallow yet because of Ya'juj and Ma'juj, it will start getting less and less before Ya'juj and Ma'juj come. So it's getting less, but not to that level yet. And the Euphrates, that means Yuhsar means the water is going to be shallow. I don't know. Maybe there will be a war for water, like somebody will build a dam or something like that will, move the water of the Euphrates. So something will happen. And that's why this is the ishkal of this. The Prophet ﷺ, when he spoke to them, maybe the Sahaba understood it within their understanding at that time. But for us, it's more complicated because you saw many things. There's advancement in technology, there's advancement in politics and the economy and all of that. So basically, it's more confusing. But for them, it was very clear. The water is going to be dry, there will be a mountain of gold, and there will be three people fighting. That is their understanding, right? And then the black flags coming. It is very simple. But for us now, it's not as simple as that. So that's where the issue becomes more complicated. But the whole idea is when you see that, you don't come close to it. Do not come.
The black flags, the three sons of kings, and then the river dry up is all one hadith?
Yes.
It is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, he said that the first narration, the hadith that we have, it says that from each 100, there will be 99 killed. Then there is another narration that it is explaining that narration. That's what I was saying, and that's the same hadith, but not the narration here, right? So there is another narration that it's adding to that. So the first narration that you have is the one that we read, yeah? Is the one that we read, that hadith of Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu. Now the hadith I'm saying that it has the black flags and all that is in Sunan Ibn Majah.
Okay, all right. I didn't see that one. Okay, I thought they were just separate hadith. Okay.
Yeah, so Sunan Ibn Majah is explaining that, right? For now, in this, in Sahih Muslim as well, in the beginning of the book, he added also in this, يعني قال حدثنا مسعود حدثنا أبو مسعود سهل بن عثمان حدثنا عقبة ابن خالد السكوني عن عبيد الله عن خبيب بن عبد الرحمن عن حفص بن عاصم. حفص بن عاصم ده reciter of the Quran. عن أبي هريرة قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يوشك الفرات أن يحسر عن كنز من ذهب. Now not جبل but كنز, treasure of gold. فمن حضره فلا يأخذ منه شيئا. يعني whoever is present at that time, don't come touch it. يعني don't take anything from it. يعني don't take anything from that. وحفص ابن عاصم it is I'm sorry, يعني this is not حفص بن عاصم the reciter, يعني is not. It's not حفص بن عاصم the reciter. It's حفص بن عاصم the son of عمر بن الخطاب. حفص بن عاصم ابن عمر بن الخطاب. That's a different حفص. And it is 6 narrators between Imam Muslim and the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and it's all مسلسل بالمدنيين, يعني all the narrators are from Medina, above Muslim, يعني above Imam Muslim till Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Has 3 from the tabi'een, all of them narrate from each other. عبيد الله عن خبيب عن حفص, and Abu Huraira, and he is the one who have the majority of the hadith of the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Some of the scholars said the word kenz here, it gives some, because mountain, it gives us the indication that it can be in its raw form, the gold, raw form. But when you say kenz, it can be dananir, and it can be actual coins. It can be something else. It was made from nations before or civilizations before, because there was like the Babylonians and all of those people on that thousands of years, before the Arab and before that. So something, maybe it was buried there, and it will show. So whoever there, don't take anything from it, less or more. Don't take anything. Some of the الإمام ابن حجر العسقلاني, حافظ ابن حجر, he said the word جبل, it indicates كثرة, it indicates how big it is, and the word كنز means it is hidden, somebody hid it before. في حديث also, Abu Huraira, he says that a time will come, a time about to come, when earth will reveal its treasures. He's not talking about Euphrates only. He said things like cylinders of gold and silver coming out from earth. Allahu A'lam, maybe there's volcanoes coming out and bringing, things out. Allahu A'lam also. But don't take from that, because it is a fitna. It is a fitna. Because people are fighting from it and all of that.
That means we should all just not use carbon anymore. And let's go solar, wind, and then there'll be no more fitna for oil.
Who knows? Because maybe solar panels will become something also people will fight for. You do not know. Your panels are bigger than my panels. You are taking more sun. You do not know, Sheikh Salah. Human beings, man, Allah Azza wa Jal summarized it for us in the Quran. قُلْ لَوْ أَنْتُمْ تَمْلِكُونَ خَزَائِنَ رَحْمَةِ رَبِّي إِذًا لَأَمْسَكْتُمْ خَشْيَةَ الْإِنفَاقِ وَكَانَ الْإِنسَانُ قَتُورًا. Allah Azza wa Jal says, if you have the treasures of Allah's mercy, still you're going to be miser. Because human being is always miser. Miser means I want it for me, not for anybody else. The issue here is not solar panel versus not solar panel. The issue is who is in control of people's need. Make sense? You go wind. Everybody wants the technology to control how to use the wind. Right? Tesla, when it came, everybody think, okay, no more fighting on gas on everything like that. But he wants to own the technology. Now everybody can make electric cars. But guess who is the one who have the maps and everything? Tesla. More than Google and everything. Google have been doing it for years. But Tesla came and he mapped Earth, the whole Earth. So everybody will do, he is controlling the navigation. And they are going to be controlling the charging also of this. So electricity will become a thing. Who is going to have the technology for charging? Some people will start inventing things until okay, you can plug your car for 30 seconds and it will charge. That is the one who's going to be in control, because you can plug it in your home, but there is a station that will plug it in 30 seconds who have that thing. So solar panels can be there, but how to make it more efficient is someone who is going to control that market, and so on. So the issue of a human being is he always wants control of other human beings. Otherwise, people will live equally. That's not here. Not in this world. People will live equal. Otherwise, as I said in the beginning, if you remember in the beginning of the session, I said, if the people are Muslimin and believers and all of that, when they see the mountains, they say, Alhamdulillah, our ummah is saved. They think as an ummah, right? But they don't think as an ummah, that's why don't touch it. Otherwise, the Khalifa of Mahdi will come and he will put this in Bayt al-Mal. Then it will be divided among the Muslims. That's how people will live at that time. Some other hadith, as you will see, the Prophet ﷺ said everybody have gold at that time. So the inflation is very high. So that's why the Prophet ﷺ said the head of a cow in that time, it is better than its weight of gold for people. That's more valuable to have food than to have gold, because everybody will have gold. That's why, what I'm saying, that if everybody have gold, inflation is going to be very high and people will die out of hunger also. There is there has to be checks and balances. فالإمام مسلم in another hadith قال لا يزال الناس مختلفة أعناقهم في طلب الدنيا. مختلفة أعناقهم. The neck is high. Sometimes when the birds, they have long necks, one neck is going this way and one neck is going that way. مختلفة أعناقهم. People are competing in the dunya. They will continue competing in the dunya. People are always doing that, and everybody will come and they see your friends and he thinks that I am going to be the one who have that treasure. The control. That's what I'm talking about. The control. A leader will come and say, I want control over this. It's like oil now. Everybody wants to have the rights of excavation. Everybody wants to have that right. Why? Because whatever oil comes out, and they will pay billions of dollars. with a possibility that they may be oil, might be none, but they want the rights. You see, here in Texas, sometimes you buy land, but you do not buy the rights for oil. So this is what it is. It's all about control. It's not about the value of the thing, but it's about control of need. There is a need. I want to be in control of that. And you come to the person and say, you know what? I want to be in control of this issue, this water. Like I give you an example. Sheikh Salah, pay attention to this one because you'll like it. I was traveling overseas a couple of weeks ago, and I go to the airport in Houston. The counter between the drop off, يعني my son dropped me off, and the counter, few steps, but you have lots of bags, right? You have 2-3 bags, let's say. I travel light, but let's say some people have 2-3 bags with them, or a family. They came down here. You can see the counter. Between you and the counter there is a wall. To walk from your car to the counter with your bags, it's an issue. How many bags are you going to drag? So what do you need at that time? A cart. Yes, Sheikh Salah?
Yeah.
You need a cart. Guess what? It's $7. $7 for that. Yeah? طيب. When you're coming down from the airplane to the United States, the carts are free inside. And you walk a longer distance. You get my point now? from the belt, the baggage claim, the cars are in abundance over there. And I'll tell you why in a minute, but in abundance over there. You can take as many carts as you want. You put your luggage on it, and you walk all the way from this through the customs, through this, until you get to your car outside. That's a half mile. But from your car to the counter, it's like kind of like zoom. But because you have too many bags, it's $7. You have to put the correct cart or something like that. So what is there? Like what is there? Need. You might also have need inside. But what is going to cause inside? Problems. If they put $7, right, it's going to become an issue because they want you out of the airport. So they will make it easy for you to get out of the airport. صح يا شيخ صلاح?
Yeah.
They want you out of the airport. They make it easy for you. They don't want to charge you money because they want to facilitate things. Otherwise it would be crowded and people, I don't have change, I don't have this. But when you are traveling, man, I want to travel, I don't want to miss the flight, so I'm going to pay whatever, even $70 I'm going to pay them, it's like those Spirit Airline or whatever, they said, okay, you got to go cheaper, but any checked bag you have to pay money. And now you go there, you did not know, you did not read the fine print, they said $50. But I just saved $50 in the in the ticket. So they work on your need. And that is exactly where the fight for the human beings. We as human beings, we function like that, unfortunately. And Iman is telling us to care about others. Because of this very issue, you care about others. You care about others. Because, if you don't care about others, you become very selfish. And when you become very selfish, and I'm very selfish, and he's very selfish, we're going to fight each other. But if we care about each other, we're going to divide whatever there among ourselves. So based on the need, it's either people want control or people will divide in peace. What is making the people of Gaza survive? Because they are not thinking selfish. They are not using the monopoly over there. And someone says, let me control the food, the dearth of food and this and all of that. You know what? They would have won the war against the Gazan people if that was the issue. But the issue there is that we're going to share the sip of water. We're going to share the morsel of food, and we're going to share everything, and we're going to stand it together. That's why they're not defeated. See, even they are bombarded and killed and persecuted, but not defeated. There's a difference between defeat, victory and defeat, and subjugation. There's difference. You can subjugate the body, you can kill the people, you can wipe them out, but you did not win. You did not win. So that's why when there is a mountain of gold and nobody's touching it, it doesn't have a value. What is the value? When people fight on it, it makes a value, right? It has a value. If all the cars are electric, what is the value of oil? Nothing. But now, because what is the value of anything is when people need it. And when people need it, for sure someone want to control that need. For sure, 100%. Someone control that need. That's why when I was in Minnesota one time, I was with a very shrewd businessman one time. Like, we're walking in the state fair. Just show you the idea of this need, some people sell curdled cheese, corn, potatoes, whatever it is, like. So when we came to the corn, we bought some corn and ate. What happens to you, Sheikh Salah, once you eat corn? When you eat the corn, what happens after that?
You go to the bathroom?
No. Your teeth, right?
Oh.
Yes, things stuck to your teeth. He said, Sheikh, what would be a good business? I tell you what, he said, you go to the pharmacy, you buy like 1,000 toothpicks. Toothpicks would be like, like what, few dollars, right? But you can sell $1 per one. One per dollar. And you stand over here after the corn stall. So everybody eat corn and they want what? Badly. So you give a toothpick for $1. You got 100 for $1, but you're going to sell it for $100. What is that business? Need. Right? There is a need and you go tap into it. So that's when people fight. فيعني this is the hadith of Euphrates. فلا يأخذ منه شيئا. طبعا الإمام مسلم mentioned more than one sanad. طيب, he mentioned also another sanad which has an additional piece of information. قال حدثنا أبو كامل فضيل بن حسين وأبو معن الرقاشي واللفظ لأبي معن قال حدثنا خالد بن الحارث حدثنا عبد الحميد بن جعفر أخبرني أبي عن سليمان بن يسار عن عبد الله ابن الحارث بن نوفل قال كنت واقفا مع أبي بن كعب. He was standing with أبي بن كعب عبد الله بن الحارث بن نوفل قال لا يزال الناس مختلفة أعناقهم في طلب الدنيا. أبي بن كعب says people still are fighting for this dunya and competing for it. قلت أجل. I said yes. قال إني سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول. Now the narration of أبي بن كعب, not narration of أبو هريرة. Narration of أبي بن كعب. He said, I heard Rasul صلى الله عليه وسلم said, يوشك الفرات أن يحسر عن جبل من ذهب. Same hadith. Euphrates about to reveal gold mountain of gold. فإذا سمع به الناس ساروا إليه. Gold rush. People will rush to it. When people hear about it, they will rush to it. فيقول من عنده, يعني people who are there now, people who are living around it, لئن تركنا الناس يأخذون منه ليذهبن به كله. If we leave people take from it, it will perish, it will finish. قال فيقتتلون عليه. They will fight for it. يعني the people around it will fight before people coming, or when people coming, everybody will fight. يعني either. They will, from each 199 will die. فيقتل من كل 199. That is another narration. يعني people will come and all of that. This يعني narration is in صحيح مسلم. وناس مختلفة أعناقهم, يعني their necks are interlaced or fighting and all that. That means their leaders also there are fighting. There are groups fighting. يعني they are fighting in this dunya. This is the issue of the Euphrates. Okay. طيب. There is also another hadith. قال حدثنا عبيد بن يعيش وإسحاق بن إبراهيم, and this is the عبيد wordings. قال حدثنا يحيى بن آدم بن سليمان مولى خالد بن خالد قال حدثنا زهير عن سهيل بن أبي صالح عن أبيه صالح يعني عن أبي هريرة قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Now this is a new addition. منعت العراق درهمها وقفيزها ومنعت الشام مديها ودينارها ومنعت مصر إردبها ودينارها وعدتم من حيث بدأتم وعدتم من حيث بدأتم وعدتم من حيث بدأتم شهد على ذلك لحم أبي هريرة ودمه. So النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم saying in this hadith, Abu Huraira يعني saying that the Nabi صلى الله عليه وسلم says Iraq is about to be prevented from its dirham and qafiz. Qafiz is it is a measurement. يعني القفيز والمد وإردب is different, like you say metric and what is the other one? Metric and imperial. So there's something similar like that. Egypt, they take the irdab, they said the irdab of wheat, the irdab of flour, the irdab of, and القفيز في العراق والمد في الشام. Different ways of measuring يعني things. فالنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم said العراق is about to be poor, like it does not have much to do with their measurements, and Sham same thing, and Egypt same thing, that will not have the currency and all of that. They're about to be prevented from benefiting from their own economy. That's what it means يعني. And then you go back from where you started, you go back from where you started, you go back from where you started. Okay. Abu Huraira said, I am witnessing this by my flesh and blood يعني, that I saw the Prophet, I heard the Prophet saying that. That is شهد على ذلك لحم أبي هريرة ودمه. ف يعني the qafiz, they say the Iraq will not, they deal with dirham as a currency and the qafiz as a measurement. Well, qafiz is about 45 kilograms. 45 kilograms measurement يعني 45 kilos. You said one qafiz, two qafiz and all of that. Right? So this is the ويعني أهل الشام also they were will not be dealing with that, when the Egyptians will not be dealing with their measurements. Okay. That is يعني this shows us that there will be an economy crash or a recession or a problem in that area in the Middle East. Okay. منعت العراق, الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم used the past tense. Why he's using past tense even though he's talking about future? منعت العراق يعني Iraq is stopped benefiting from that, but at his time it didn't. It was not even opened يعني العراق والشام. They opened at the time of Abu Bakr and Umar, right? So they did not even have anything over that. It's like Allah Azza wa Jal says أتى أمر الله, the order of Allah يعني came already. فلا تستعجلوا, so do not rush it. يعني how you rush something that already came, right? So that means it is coming for sure and there is no doubt as if it happened in the past. Like for example, when you say, Sheikh, would you do this? You said, done. I'm still sitting here, it's not done, right? But I'm saying that I'm going to do it as if it is actually done. So, consider it done. But there is something you said, done. And as you said, done. But I haven't moved yet. It means like as if it is like that. That is also the meaning. Okay. Well, some of them said that meaning that the Muslims will take over these countries, and those countries will not be using those measurements anymore. It will be under Muslims. So that's one tafsir that took place. But the stronger tafsir is another tafsir that says that the opposite. Muslims will be ruling that land, and at the end of the time, non-Muslims will take over. Before the Mahdi comes and all of that, non-Muslims will take over, and they will prevent the Muslims from benefiting from that, which it's happening. Now the West is controlling the oil and controlling all the resources and all of that. So, and the dollar is controlling everything. It's going by the international, and the IMF and all of that is controlling everything. So people are hungry. They need aid. They need the relief. Yeah. So وعدتم من حيث بدأتم, you are divided, you are fighting, you are not an ummah, you follow your desires, and the deen is not there. As Rasulullah said, Islam started strange and it will end up also strange. And he mentioned it 3 times for the emphasis. Abu Hurairah says, I testify that I heard this hadith from Rasulullah by my flesh and blood. That is this hadith here. Imam Bukhari mentioned this hadith from hadith Sa'id ibn Amr from Abu Hurairah. Not hadith Salih from Abu Hurairah as Muslim mentioned, but hadith Sa'id ibn Amr عن أبي هريرة قال كيف أنتم إذا لم تجتبوا دينارا ولا درهما, when you don't have the gold or silver dinar. So he said, how this will be happening يا أبا هريرة, كيف ترى ذلك كائنا يا أبا هريرة؟ قال إي والذي نفسي بيده عن قول الصادق المصدوق. Yes, wallahi, this is the statement of Rasul صلى الله عليه وسلم, the most truthful. قال عم ذاك, this resulting from what يا أبو هريرة? They're asking Abu Hurairah. They're asking Abu Hurairah, how is it going to happen? He said, Wallahi, the Prophet said it's going to happen. They said, no, but how it's going to happen? Why it's happening? قال تنتهك ذمة الله وذمة رسوله فيشد الله عز وجل قلوب أهل الذمة فيمنعون ما في أيديهم. So he said that the people will transgress the limits of Allah and the limits of the Rasul, so Allah will give strength to their enemies to overcome them and prevent them from what is in their hand. That's very clear. That's what's happening. The Muslims are not in control of their destiny anymore. They're not in control of their affairs anymore. They're not in control of their economy anymore. And that's actually what's happening around us. Very clear. You are not in control anymore because you are not taking jizya from the people. They are taking jizya from you. That's what happened in Spain. At the end, the Muslims were taking jizya from the non-believers. And then toward the end of the 800 years that the Muslims were ruling Spain, Andalus, they were paying jizya to the non-Muslims, tax. Well, this is the miracle of Rasulullah ﷺ, knowing the future and telling us how the fitan will come at the end of the time. يعني إن شاء الله we stop here. Next time we talk about the section number 9 باب فتح القسطنطينية وخروج الدجال ونزول عيسى بن مريم. صلى الله وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد. الحمد لله.